It's a situation that disturbs me. Something I got to speak on. Um, yeah, it's crazy, crazy life. Domestic violence. It's never okay. It's never all right to beat a woman, abuse her in any form, any fashion. I don't know where we get off as men thinking that it's okay. But sometimes folks get emotional, out of hand, insensitive with their movements. And it's never a situation where it's okay to be violent towards a woman. Give me one time. Let me know one situation where it's all right to whoop and beat up on a woman, and I'll show you a situation where it's a partner, be it a significant other, somebody like that, that's out of control. I feel at times that we just go off the deep end. I mean, and I say these things because I have somebody I know personally who's going through a situation where they're experiencing, some domestic violence in their relationship. And it's never a cool thing, because when you violent towards a person, whether verbal or physical, it just shows a lack of self-control, as I said just a few minutes ago, but it leaves lasting, emotional, physical scars, that sometimes people may never recover from. And I think it's a way where, we should seek counseling or talk to somebody, before you just lash out and whoop and beat on somebody. I mean, when it comes to domestic violence, it's never a situation where it's okay. It may be something that you're familiar with due to your past situations and things that you may have experienced as a child, a kid, or whatever the case may be. But, if you're the person, that wants to lash out, talk to somebody, do something creative, blow off some steam, take a walk, ride a bike, read a book, anything of that nature, do something positive, constructive with your energy, because being violent towards, your significant other, is never okay. It's always destructive. And if you have kids, you teach those kids these destructive habits and they pass it on to their people, or to their situations when they have relationships. And it's never good. I could sugarcoat it and act like these are problems that, we all don't face in our daily lives with domestic violence, and knowing somebody, who has a situation where they have a friend or family member that they're, been, violence, has been, brought down upon. But it's something that exists in our society. People lash out, because of anger and frustration. And like I said, it's never okay. It's never a time when it's all right to be violent, domestically towards somebody that's a significant other to you, be it towards your children or your spouse or your family members, whoever they may be. I mean, we should always seek a peaceful resolution as to how we deal with our problems. If you can't do that, then you probably shouldn't be around the people that, love and care about you, because you're just hurting them. You're just making a situation for them, where they can't breathe, they can't function properly. There's no positive intake. There's no positive outcome that could come about it. Like I said, if you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. And I say, if you, have no kind way of dealing with somebody, don't deal with them at all. Don't be negative towards them. Deal with your issues. It's not okay for me to be violent towards anybody. It's not okay for you to be violent towards anybody. It's just a destructive thing. I know in popular culture, it may seem, like the thing to do. If your woman get out of line or your spouse get out of line, you whoop them up, you smack them down, and that's the whole way, things go. But it's always wrong because, it's destructive. It's not anything conducive to life. If we all looked at conflict, especially in the home, as something that needed to be met with physical violence, and there's nothing else to come of it but, a sense of control, or domineering, domineering nature, then it's no good. It's no good. I mean, I don't have all the answers. I'm not a doctor. I don't even know if I'm a qualified person to even speak on this matter. But I'm a concerned person because I've had people in my life that mean something to me, that are dear to me, that have had this issue with domestic violence, with rape, with situations where, it seemed hopeless and it seemed like they don't know what to do. So I take this time to speak to the folks who are on the other side of that, who are the victims. I say it's not always your fault, but if you are in an abusive relationship, or if you're in a situation where you feel like there's no hope, there's places you can go, there's hotlines that you can call, there's, people that you can go to, be it a family member, be it a friend, find somebody you can trust, make sure you confide in somebody who has your best interest in mind. Just beware the company that you keep. If you're in an abusive relationship, I say to you, you don't have to stay in that relationship, regardless of how you feel. And I know there's a lot of people out there that feel that the person doesn't love you unless they're putting their hands on you. And if a person has to put their hands on you to beat you or, try to control you in any physical or verbal way, then they don't love you. I don't care what anybody says. So I end this with saying that, domestic violence is never okay. If you need help, find, a hotline or Google it or go to a counselor, seek psychiatrists or, counseling on the matter, go to support groups, speak to family members and friends or people that have dealt with these situations. Don't just lash out on a person. Don't use substance abuse as a way to deal with it. Abusing alcohol or drugs, even sex, because then that can go into rape and incest and all kind of other things. And I just say this because, of issues that, have transpired, just in my time, personally from things that I know and people that are around me. I just felt the need to speak on it. And I say domestic violence is never okay. It's never. Yeah, it's never okay. Love your people, man. Love your people.